Hello teachers, thanks for watching. I'm presenting the pest and disease presentation tonight. So my crop chosen is Brassicas family, including broccoli, cabbage, cauliflowers, and radish. So I'm concentrating on broccoli tonight. First thing I would like to discuss here is the main pests and disease and main pests and disease affecting the plants. There are a lot of pests and disease affecting the family. More specifically speaking, in terms of our local garden here is the cabbage aphid, diamondback moth, cabbage white flower, probably glitter caterpillars, cutworms as well. Diseases, downstream mildew seem to be the main one. There might be other possibilities such as club rot, black rot, club root and black rot, root knot nematode, white rust and blisters, or alternaria spot as well. These are some of the examples we got from the plants. You can see aphid was pretty clear even from this. You can see all the aphids all around the head of the broccoli, on this side especially. And then we have seen the leaves like this, also eaten up like this and yellowish like this. These are the major problem for our plants. When it comes to strategy developed to protect the plants, I'll talk about the prevention measure first and then the outbreak control. Companion planting is probably the key one for us. It means that we can grow the brassica family with clover, French beans to help prevent aphids and cabbage butterflies in particular. Or we can grow tomatoes, carrots with cabbage to prevent diamondback moth, or to grow dill, wormwood, onions, and savory to prevent cabbage moth and caterpillar. Or else we also can grow basil, tomatoes, onions to prevent aphids. Or else we can also grow mint, chive, garlic chive, mint, rosemary, sage, tansy, wormwood to prevent aphids. Or grow chamomile, marigolds, and lavender to prevent aphids. And then the next thing we can do is to control weeds, because they may host pests and disease that can spread to other plants as well. And within our garden areas, the weed problem is very serious, especially it grow into the garden bed area and come up from the other end, affecting the other seedlings and established plant as well. So we have to have continuous or regular weeding practice, as well as we seek to rebuild the garden slippers all around to keep the weeds out. And also we can sow veggies early. if at all possible, so that the plants are well advanced before aphid number peak. Probably especially important in summer. If it's for cutworms, then we will improve drainage and interplant subtropical plants with fragrant herbs, onions, and marigolds. Aphids specific because they are attracted to sappy new growth. So we don't over fertilize any plants to make things worse for us. These are the major preventive measures we can use. When it comes to outbreak controls, garlic spray and paraffin spray like this one, paraffin spray. You can see that we can use this spray for wireworm, weevil, locust, leaf miter, grasshopper, caterpillar, cabbage, white butterfly, and aphids. Apart from that, we remove and destroy all the diseased plants, especially so for root knot, nematodes, and leaf miners. And also we can rotate crops and leave infected bed follow to starve them out. Or predators of nematodes are encouraged by compost and green manure in the soil. So keep adding compost to our soil is extremely important, and we do so at least twice a year from our compost bins. And then we also can try brushing off eggs, squatting caterpillar before resorting to spray if need be. Or remove and destroy any heavily infected leaves, like what you see, what you see before. Spray with water from the hose. Squat small infectations by rubbing them with your fingers. Sometimes it seems to work, but sometimes it doesn't seem to work. So when it comes to evaluation of our strategies, we have put in place what works and what doesn't work in any way or why. I don't know all the answers, but I can give some ideas based upon our findings. First is rain washes away a lot of aphids from the head of the broccoli. So it sort of clean up the plants for us, especially so in winter. If we try to remove aphids from the head with our fingers, doesn't seem to bring any clear result. Some suggest that we should use some shiny mirror to attract whiteflies in summer. I'm still doubtful whether it would do any trick at all. And then grow broccoli amidst of beans, lettuce, chive, and garlic. With that, what we've been doing, and it seemed to work in some ways. And then there is also no way you can completely get rid of aphids in winter, let alone in summer. The leaf of broccoli get eaten up from time to time, no matter what you do. And we are not sure what causes the damage. And the leaves also become yellowish. Every now and then you hear a leaf here and there among the plants that they become yellowish, and you have to remove it one by one. What other problems, issue concerning us or arising in the process? I summed up in 3 points. First is lack of deep, correct knowledge of what the problems are exactly, and thus knowing what to do or how to fix it. Second is lack of experience in dealing certain specific problem before, resulting in trials and errors, wasting time and money, and maybe being troublesome. Yeah, there is no easy solution. And lack of helping hands around to give sound advice, access to right type of resources and tools. Asking around randomly might turn out to be counterproductive. Searching online may also result in confusion rather than solution found. These are the major problems. After that, we look at the integrated pest management. So we believe that a holistic approach is necessary so that a balance is maintained between pests and predators. So first of all, we look at the plan and purpose for integrated pest management. There are 3 things we can identify. First is we have to educate ourselves the relationship that exists between insect and plants. Second, we have to create a cultivated farmland or inviting garden with a diverse and balanced environment. Thirdly, we have to build up a complete ecosystem where plants, pests, and predators live in balance, so that remedies are needed only when the balance is upset. Okay, once we are clear about our plan and purpose for integrated pest management, then we put in place step-by-step approach to the task. So this means that we have to grow. First of all, we have to grow masking plants and apply barriers to confuse and delay pests. We are to grow plants to attract predators into the garden by providing them habitat and food. And then we are to grow plants that are suited to the local climate. And then we need to grow a diversity of native plants, restricting the diet of and resistant to pests and diseases. And then we grow aromatic herbs in pots and move them around the garden. When it comes to plant combination, we can suggest that we grow hatches of English lavender alongside lettuce around the veggie patch, like this picture. You can see from this picture. And that's one example. When we plant seedlings, we need to give them protection, like putting this paper toilet roll to slow down pest attack and create a warming climate, microclimate for the young seedlings all around them, especially so in winter. They can die very quickly, or summer or under the heat stress. Water and spray regularly with seaweed extract, like this one. You can use this to make seaweed extract. This will help build disease resistance. So there's some housekeeping job for the garden is needed also. To keep the garden clean, For example, leave no disease and rotting plant, fruit, or vegetable lying around. Prune off plants affected by fungus diseases. Burn all the diseased plants instead of composting. Pull them out. Anything that being affected by disease already, destroy them. Don't leave them. Don't ignore them. Apart from that, we have to keep plant as healthy as possible. There are 3 things we can do. For example, we have to pay attention to the soil by adding mulch and compost, heat produced or vermi composting. This will give high level of organic matter back to the soil to help protect against most soil-borne diseases. For example, club root in Brassica family. And we have to make sure we keep plants in their ideal positions. If they meant to be sunny, put them under sunny position. If they meant to be shade, have a shade over that, let them have shade as well. When it comes to feeding them, we only feed them as much as they need. Don't overfeeding them. Okay? So, and also we can also rotate annual plants, both flowers and vegetables. Do not regrow the same annuals in the same position year after year to minimize pests and disease build-up. Have something in flowers right through the year. For example, marigold, coriander, garlic chive, lucerne, rosemary, oregano, they are all good for the purpose. Because these will keep predatory insects stay in the garden as well as attract beneficial and pollinating insects. We can also make sure we do our observation carefully and closely on a regular basis to monitor outcomes and results, documenting them for improvement in the future. So these are the steps we can take to manage pests and disease in general. But specifically speaking, we have to look at the specific step relating to the problem also. So that's what the next part is about. First, we must differentiate problems arising from pests or diseases. That is, pests are insects and animal causing problem or damages. Whereas disease, we are to look at the fungus, bacteria and virus causing problems. Secondly, we have to identify beneficial insects or predators to get to know them. For example, bats, birds, lizards, frogs, spiders, ants, ladybirds, hoverfly, and bees. Allow them to take refuge in our garden to make home their home and access water, netting, safety, and rest. Thirdly is to make sure that when it comes to damage, we need to know the correct identification, whether it be true by pests or disease, or by soil deficiencies, or by stress from wind, heat, and water. If we can't identify the problem correctly, quite frankly, we cannot tell how to fix the problem correctly either. Specifically speaking, we have to apply technique and strategies fitting for the purpose and for the time. For example, the seasons and the climate we have to take into consideration very carefully, you know, in order to bring about a good result. There are a number of things we can do. For example, we can use repellents and spray specifically targeted. Some are to mask the scents of the plants that are targeted by pests. Some are to actively repel pests. Some are to kill pests. But this one is specifically for killing pests. Some are to control fungus and bacteria. Some is for a bit of everything. Bee traps are especially good for attracting slugs and snails. And then rolled up newspapers are good for providing a hiding place for erex. Plain fire screens are on all windows and doors to keep out flies, mosquitoes, cockroaches, and silverfish. Block gaps in any floors and wall will keep all the annoying insects out. So these are some of the suggestions given us we can try. There are much more in the topic. So we have used these 3 books to help ourselves to build our knowledge and understanding of the topic so that we can deal with the problem more effectively. Like this one, talk about all the insect beneficial organism, pests, disease, disorder, deficiency, and even pesticides are included. And this one is called garden pest disease and good bugs. And then this one, the good bug only. Tell you a lot of, tell you the integrated pest management as well as all the pests, beneficial organisms available in Australia and New Zealand. Predators, parasites, nematode, pollinators. I'll take you there. And then this book called Pests Repellent Plants. They give you the idea how to do it correctly, as well as showing you later on this from A to Z, telling you the second section, pest repellent plants and other organic remedies. So some are very good. For example, garlic spray is very good one from this book, telling you how to use garlic spray to achieve the purposes I just presented to you before. And then the later one is showing you all these the pests. For example, aphids, showing aphids, what they are, what problem they cause to the plants. And they show you the pictures here very clearly, very much like my plants. And these are very useful. Got a lot of specific pests. Identify what they are, what they look like, what problem they cause. to the plants. So these are all helpful materials we can use to understand the topic better so that we can manage the problems, identify correctly, more effectively. So thank you once again for watching, and there's so much to learn in this topic in this, and thank you once again.